Every single woman in this world, without exceptions, wants to be beautiful. But what's the real price? But when you're born blessed and very beautiful, you didn't really do anything to get that, right? You didn't do anything to receive that beauty. But what's the real price that you pay for it? Since I was a very young girl, people would come up to me on the streets, absolute strangers, and would tell me, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're gorgeous. What a gorgeous girl." You know what's the crazy part? I would literally for such a long time think that people say that as a sarcasm, or I would accept the compliment with shame. I wouldn't say thank you with gratitude because I didn't believe it. I myself didn't believe I was beautiful. You would say, why? Are you crazy? Why some of the most beautiful women are the most insecure ones? Why most of the most beautiful women in the world are usually single? Let's talk about that today. I used to look at gorgeous women on the internet, compare myself, and think, wow, like their life must be so easy and so beautiful and so happy because of, the way they are. But for many women, including me, the gift of appearance made life much lonelier, much more confusing, and much more difficult to navigate. Based on your appearance, you get so many assumptions about you. It's insane. Think about it. Just based on the way you look, people assume and expect so much about you and from you. We live in a world where beauty is literally currency, where girls are raised to believe that beauty is the way to love, to success, to safety and happiness. But it literally has no correlation between that. I literally receive comments on a daily basis. You're sad? Look at yourself in a mirror. How can you be sad? As if having a pretty face cancels out the right to feel the pain, to be broken, to be lost, to be broke. It took me so many years and so many experiments with my body, with my face, with my appearance in general, to realize that beauty doesn't equal love. It can attract attention, sure, but it cannot give you peace. The reflection in your mirror will not fulfill you when you feel empty inside. After I matured from my traumatizing teenage years, I also realized that we don't chase beauty and to look beautiful, just to look good. It's never about that. Deep down, it all comes to love. We want to be loved. We want to be chosen. And we unconsciously or consciously think that beauty is what is going to get us there. And before I came to that realization, as a teenager, I got obsessed with the way I look. I got obsessed with my body, especially with my weight. I would wake up every single day and I would stand up on the scale. And I created that perfect number in my head that if I am this weight, I'm beautiful, I love myself, I accept myself, but God forbid I gain a little bit of weight. It will ruin my whole mood for the whole day. If you can't understand what I'm talking about, if you can relate, please, I beg you, stop doing that to yourself. It was such a waste of time and energy. How could I think and believe that my worth is based on the number on an electronic machine? Who told me that this is my perfect weight? Who even told me that I need to be a certain weight? Now I understand why I got obsessed with it, because life is very unpredictable. You cannot really control life. But this was something that I could control, that I could feel that it's in my hands, that I control what I eat, I control how I look, I control my scale, but I controlled it until it literally started controlling me. And then I got a severe eating disorder that lasted for 8.5 years. And nobody could help me. Not my family, not my friends. Nobody could save me. Before I myself got to the point where I literally needed to grab myself like this and get out of this. I was drowning. At 23 years old, I was miserable. And who did that to me? Exactly me. So who could get me out of it? Exactly me. I'm not sharing that so you can feel bad for me or can support me even. The only reason why I'm sharing that is because I know how many girls out there struggling with that and hiding. They're not sharing. They're not talking about that because they feel ashamed. So at least when you watch my videos, you can understand that I was one of those people and I looked perfect. I'm going to attach pictures right here. I literally was in my best shape. I was so miserable and so unhappy. I looked perfect. I was working out every single day. I was eating so healthy. I had a boyfriend. I literally lived the lifestyle that I always dreamed to live. I had everything I could dream about, literally. I was so miserable inside because I was in the war with myself every single day. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I was fighting my own self. Open your ears right now and please listen to me. You cannot find peace where you lost it. If you got so much prettier and you got your dream body, but through very rigorous actions towards yourself, it will never make you happy. Right now, in this moment in my life, I'm so happy with the way I look and with my body, but I didn't achieve it the same way I did it before. Never in my life now I go to the gym if I don't want to. Never in my life I eat healthy just for the sake of eating healthy and being scared of gaining weight. My routine, if you can even call it a routine, is so free and so based on the way I feel today. Because for people like me who take discipline very seriously, I literally needed to teach myself how to chill. So that constant chasing since a very young age made me so unhappy. I always wanted to change something. Now I still do it. Now I'm obsessed. I almost every single day go to beauty salons. I do facials. Sometimes I do my lips. Sometimes I do Botox. Sometimes I change my hair. But now I don't do it because I don't like myself. I freaking love myself. Now I do it because I like to experiment. Like only this year, I changed my hair literally 5 times. I was blonde. Then I was like redhead. Now I literally yesterday colored my hair again. Look guys, like I'm obsessed with this color. And I think this color is so beautiful with my eyes. It's like makes my eyes enhance so much. What I'm trying to say is that this does not change my self-worth and the way I look at myself, not even for a second. Oh, I'll tell you what changed exactly. Now I found myself. I am honest with myself. I don't lie to myself. And most importantly, I found my purpose. I found the way I serve people, this world, how I serve others, my place in the society. I started feeling it. But when I was younger, when I was a teenager, which is absolutely normal, if you're in your teen years right now, I'm telling you what you feel is absolutely normal and it will pass. I promise, but don't get to the extreme. When you're a teenager, you don't know who you are, what you're going to be, what you're going to do with your life. You're so lost and it's normal. What's not normal is to beat yourself up for it, is to pick on yourself daily. What you should be doing instead is saying, hey, I'm here for you. I'm not going to let you down. We're going to get through this. Let's figure it out. And you will, because as a teenager, it feels like, oh my God, I have to finish school right now and I have to know what am I going to study in a college? And after college, you need to figure out how to find a job and how to start making money. And it's all so confusing and so difficult. It has so much pressure. And the appearance and how you look doesn't get you through it. I mean, yeah, let's be honest. Some girls, they use their pretty privilege. They use it very well, but usually still pay your price for it. I'm not going to get into the details, but you know what I'm talking about. You will always pay your price. Mark my words. You know, it's so crazy. When I was 15, 16 years old, I would come to my mom. I would cry to her. I would blame her for making me ugly. I literally would come to her mad, saying, why do I look like this? Why do I have such fat thighs? Why I can't look like all these supermodels? Literally looking and comparing myself at 15 years old to like 24, 26 years old supermodels. Because that's what we do, right? As young girls. Great. Good job. I would cry in the mirror in front of her. She would look at me like this and be like, are you crazy? Like, go study. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? But deep inside, she didn't understand. And I didn't understand either. That what I wanted is just a hug. What I genuinely wanted is for her to hug me and tell me, I love you. You're needed. You're wanted. I care for you. I love you. The way you are, you don't need to change. I was provoking her in a way as a teenage girl to show me that love, but I don't blame her for not showing it to me. She just didn't understand what's going on with me. She didn't understand what an eating disorder was. Until today, she knows everything I went through, but she never understood how to help me because from her generation and her mother, eating disorder was not even a thing. Like, are you crazy? They were starving. What do you mean an eating disorder? And a piece of sugar like this was something absolutely special. They would eat a lot of pasta, potato, bread because it was affordable. It's what made them survive. And for us, we look at it as carbs are bad. They make you fat. Like, get out of here, huh? But maybe I didn't receive the support I needed and wanted from my mom. But there was a very valuable lesson that she taught me and something that she told me that I will never forget. One day when I had one of those self-attacks, she sat me down and she told me, when you feel worthless, you are being so selfish, thinking only about yourself and how you feel and how you look, but you're not born into this world to be beautiful. You're born into this world to have a purpose, to serve others. So she told me, if you feel like shit, go volunteer. Go help others. Go help older people. Go help kids. Go help animals. And I honestly was like, damn, that's good. That moment really shifted me. Another thing that women don't really talk about but hide is the addiction to male's validation. Just think about how much we women do sometimes just for the male gaze. It's like being drunk sometimes and not really being conscious about your actions. We all know the feeling very well when you post something on your stories, not for yourself, not because you like the picture, not because you do it for your audience or for the growth of your career, but for that exact person or multiple people to see it. Just think about it. How many times we choose a place to go to, not because we actually want to go there, but because, oh, we can probably meet someone there. Let's go to this bar because we can meet someone. Let's not work out at this gym. Let's go to this gym because there can be better men to meet. You sacrifice dance classes to go to tennis classes because you can meet men there. You're not wearing that dress, but you're wearing a different dress because that can attract men. I mean, you can argue with me and say like, no, I don't do this, but we all do. And to be honest with you, I'm at the point in my life where I literally genuinely don't care. But again, when I was younger, I went through a phase where I was addicted to male validation. I know what I'm talking about that because I experienced that. And when I experienced that, I learned how to get out of it and how to validate myself. But at some point, it was really bad. It was really, really draining because think about it. You give so much attention, so much of your energy to people, random people that don't really care about you. All these men that didn't text you, that don't even care about you, and you think about them so much throughout the day. So much of your energy goes their way. You give them so much power to be in your head, even to be in your thoughts. Why? For what? Like, seriously, when you have all the space and time to focus on loving yourself, you choose to love someone who doesn't even care about you. What's wrong with you? Go talk to ChatGPT. I know what you all think. Of course, it's easy for you to say, if I looked like you, then I would be unstoppable. Girl, should we start all over again? Like, should we start this video again? I was perfect. I was a dream girl. I was that girl. I was it girl. Looking beautiful has nothing to do with feeling beautiful. Most importantly, you need to feel beautiful. And no man, no people around you, no validation will help you unless you can validate yourself. And now when I got older, experienced, I found my way and what helps me to validate myself. I found such an easy but such an effective way. I can be anywhere, in the shower, on the street, in a car. I close my eyes and I pray. I just say, God, I'm doing it again. I'm looking for validation in the places where I should be looking for you. Bring me back to myself. Guide me back to me. And let me see and feel your love through anything I touch and surround myself with. Amen. Okay, so all the motivation is great, but what are the actual practical little things that I did that helped me to feel beautiful, to find that beauty within me, to validate myself? Thing number 1 is start your day with connection, not comparison. When we wake up and we open our phone, right away you start seeing other people, what they're doing, where they are, what they're wearing, where they're traveling to. How about giving the first hour when you wake up to yourself, to connecting with yourself? It can be anything, reading, meditation, yoga, praying, but connect with yourself, connect with your roots, connect with who you are. Journal, talk to yourself, dance, put on music, but you literally owe that time to yourself. Just ask yourself a simple question. How am I doing today, really? Thing number 2, talk to yourself and take care of your body the way you would care about your child. When you catch yourself next time being so tough on yourself and so mean to yourself, ask yourself, would you treat your child like that? Would you talk to him like that? If no, why are you doing that to yourself? You were that baby too. Pure, beautiful, honest. Don't forget about that. Thing number 3 that really helped me, curate your digital world. People that make you feel small, that make you shrink inside, unfollow them. Why are you keep doing that to yourself? Like throw knives at you every single day. Remove that. You don't need that in your space. Mute anything and everyone that makes you feel not enough. It's not weakness, it's boundaries. That's where boundaries start. Thing number 4, when you look in the mirror or you look at yourself on your pictures, stop the judging right away. It doesn't help you in any shape or form. You're talking about yourself and yourself only. When you judge yourself, when you become more insecure, you choose actions that don't make the best future for you. I promise. When you're insecure, you create an insecure future for yourself too. Thing number 5, be in service for something bigger than you. Remove that focus from yourself and yourself only, like you are the center of attention, and think about all the bigger things where you can be helpful, give, help, contribute. Your worth has nothing to do with being seen. It's in how you show up for others. Thing number 6, let go of fake femininity. The whole internet says dark feminine, siren energy, manipulate. This detach makes me literally laugh so hard. Like, bro, seriously? I promise real feminine power is quiet. It's grounded. It's being strong. But it has nothing to do with being cold and detached and being manipulative. This is not femininity. Being a warm, soft, loving, caring woman will get you so much further than all of that stuff. And thing number 7 is redefine what beauty means for you. Just sit down and ask yourself, what is beauty for me? What is beautiful for me? Like, you can actually journal about that. You never think about it. You say beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. But for some people, it's ugly. And for some people, it's beautiful. And it's about everything in the world, starting from art to like appearance of people. Look at fashion and fashion models. What is considered average and ugly, they make it a superstar, a supermodel. Beauty is in your eyes, and when your heart is warm, you look at everything with beauty. Everything becomes beautiful when you look at it with love. So what is it that you find beautiful? What energy you want to embody? And the last thing that I want to say is that you don't need to be prettier to be loved more. Baby girl, you're not hard to love, I promise. You're not difficult to love. You either didn't meet the right people who will recognize your worth and recognize your beautiful heart, or you're surrounded by wrong people that you allow to be around yourself who make you feel ugly. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop picking on yourself. Stop, please stop. You're special, you're unique, and you're here for a reason. And that reason is not to have a beautiful body and beautiful face. And again, your value does not come from the way you look. It comes from the way you make people feel. And before I say goodbye, remember that today is your day. Bye. I love you.